Arson attacks against the journalists, constant threats made to their lives. Covering the mafia in Italy is a very dangerous business.
You are seeing pressure, you are seeing intimidation. So there was recently in Syracuse, I think a journalist whose car was burned. Another case also in Sicily, a journalist was attacked and left disabled by the mafia.
Last year, over 80 journalists said they received threats related to their reporting about the Italian mafia, according to a U.S. State Department report. Some 20 journalists now have round-clock police protection. Among them is TV host Massimo Giletti.
The search for truth is something that cannot be given up. Whoever does my job is a watchdog of the system. I mean this as a method of journalism. Journalism is not turning your head the other way.
An audio surveillance tape of Filippo Graviano, the jail leader of Italy's Cosa Nostra crime group, revealed details of a plot to harm Giletti.
Pasquale Zagaria, boss dei Casalesi, fratello del capoclan Michele.
Graviano referred to Giletti as a pain after the TV host denounced the release from prison of more than 300 crime bosses and their associates during emergency COVID measures. Among those freed was a man convicted of killing a 14-year-old boy and dissolving his body in acid. Thanks to Giletti's reporting, he was returned to prison.
Torna dietro le sbarre. Si tratta di Franco Cataldo.
Giletti now has police protection, but despite this, he fears for his life every time he leaves his house.
It's very difficult, it's strange, because you are not free to move, to speak with the people, always two persons around you.
Today's mafia keeps a low profile, according to Giletti. But they are still present in Milan and Rome, he says, conducting their illicit activities and threatening journalists. Most threats are made online, according to Rome's Anti-Mafia Commission. But the gangs have less power to carry out killings, says Professor Federico Varese.
The organizations to reach the level of killing a journalist has to be very strong. And I think these organizations are not as strong as they used to be. And so they are not as capable of taking these massive decisions.
The only way to defeat Cosa Nostra, Giletti says, is to move beyond the ancient code of silence that still protects these once massive organizations.
We must invest in schools in those territories where unfortunately it is more difficult for a child to grow because of a culture that is difficult to break, the omertà or code of silence. If we delude ourselves by thinking the police and magistrates can defeat the mafia, we will make a serious mistake. We underestimate the strength of the mafia instead.
Jacopo Luzzi, VOA News, Washington.